The World Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
I'm left with no alternative but to say that the Intercontinental Championship right now is vacant.
That stunning announcement coming after Ahmed Johnson undergoes emergency surgery for a life-threatening kidney injury. Ahmed Johnson is out of SummerSlam.
The mental pain hurts worse than anything in my life right now. It's mental pain.
While we all hope for a speedy recovery, Ahmed could lose the kidney, and that would mean his wrestling days are over.
I'm at the lowest point of my career right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man that's on his way to the Boiler Room Brawl this Sunday night at SummerSlam, The Undertaker is here with us this week.
How about this? Mark Merrill up against Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's one of my favorites.
What a matchup, and the man from Kona, Hawaii, Crush, along with Clarence Mason in action as well.
And Sivakai's got some backup. He's Justin Hope Bradshaw, tag team action against Savio Vega and Freddie Floyd. Uh-oh.
It's getting a little chilly in here. It's getting downright cold. Yes, here he is on his way to the squared circle, just as he will be this Sunday night. Pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker in the Boiler Room Brawl against a man whom we will see in action later on as well. Who knows what's going to happen here this week on Superstars? The Undertaker in action, and so will be Mankind.
One thing is for sure, after the Boiler Room Brawl, I don't think The Undertaker or Mankind will ever be the same again.
And I think Mankind has The Undertaker's number.
Well, more than any individual who's ever challenged The Undertaker, Mankind certainly shows no respect whatsoever for The Undertaker.
Can you imagine the ramifications of this matchup? It will begin in the Boiler Room at the Gund Arena in Cleveland and will end in the ring. But from the Boiler Room to the ring, can you just imagine what The Undertaker and Mankind will do to each other?
Who knows what's going to happen? It's the World Wrestling Federation, and it's on pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday night. And yes, The Undertaker brings the light to the squared circle. The Undertaker against Mankind, and right now, if you are who, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, why in the world did I ever sign this contract?
I suppose you are. The Undertaker along with Paul Bearer at his side. And Paul assisting The Undertaker as he always does and readying him to lock up with who? However, with Mankind in the building, who knows what's going to happen?
Who does know what's going to happen?
Well, I don't know if who knows what's going to happen. Who's going to find out what's going to happen here in a minute when he gets into the ring?
Right.
And I wonder what's going to happen to Jerry the King Lawler at SummerSlam.
Yes, we know what's going to happen to the King, ladies and gentlemen. Last week on Raw, Jake the Snake Roberts, that matchup announced Jake the Snake against Jerry the King Lawler at SummerSlam, and here we go. Look at this. Who's going to work on The Undertaker? The best defense is a good offense, and who right away going to work on the man from the dark side? Trying to keep The Undertaker at bay in the corner. Who hammering away with a succession of right hands. And who now sets up The Undertaker for the ride, and to the buckle. And moving on. Oh, look at that. Huge boot of The Undertaker. And who, with a delayed reaction, nonetheless a reaction that sends him down into the canvas. Off the rope, and missing with the elbow, The Undertaker. Knowing full well he cannot afford a loss here against who? Coming into this matchup, the Boiler Room Brawl. The Undertaker could use all the momentum. He could possibly get off the rope, and yes, from way up above. One thing about it in the Boiler Room Brawl, I don't think you're going to likely see anything like that in a boiler room.
Watch it. It is going to be very, very physically intense, and here comes the tombstone.
That you just might see. You might see, Mankind planted on a concrete floor in the boiler room of the Gund Arena, the site of SummerSlam. And if that happens, the same result would probably occur as we are seeing it now. The Undertaker victorious. I wonder if Mankind is watching. Sort of get the impression he's watching everything. Mankind against the Undertaker.
Okay, here you take a look at it. The patented tombstone. Oh! Undertaker is ready, but Mankind is ready also.
No doubt about it. Unfortunately, unable, certainly not ready to compete at SummerSlam is the injured Ahmed Johnson. Been following this unfortunate injury for some time. Kevin Kelly went down to the hometown of Ahmed Johnson, Houston, Texas, and had an occasion to file this report. You'll see a rather disconsolate Ahmed Johnson.
Well, you know what? I can always ignore the physical pain. This isn't the first time I've been in physical pain. It's more the mental pain that's playing the game with me right now. The mental pain hurts worse than anything in my life right now. It's the mental pain.
Ahmed's pain started nearly 4 weeks ago when he suffered a ruptured kidney in this attack by Farouk Assad. The injury was further aggravated 2 weeks later when, against doctors' orders, Ahmed competed in the Raw Invitational Battle Royal. It was one of the most extraordinary displays of courage we have ever seen. Ahmed ignoring the pain to earn his first WWF title shot.
Ahmed Johnson has won it! Ahmed has won this Battle Royal!
But his glory soon turned into tragedy. Farouk once again attacking the injured and exhausted Ahmed. The severity of Ahmed's condition was not completely realized until almost 1 week later, when Ahmed needed to be rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. Internal bleeding from that ruptured kidney was actually endangering his life. The surgery was thankfully a success, but the future of one of the most promising young WWF superstars remains in doubt. Ahmed is out, at least temporarily, forcing Gorilla Monsoon to make a tough decision.
I'm left with no alternative but to say that the Intercontinental Championship right now is vacant.
I understand that this is the people's belt. This is a WWF Intercontinental People's title. And I understand that to hold that title, you have to defend it night after night after night in order to be able to keep that title. I understand I'm not able to do that right now. I understand Gorilla Monsoon's decision. I understand that totally. And I have no bitterness against him or the Federation.
Monsoon has announced there will be an 8-man Intercontinental title tournament beginning this Monday, live on Raw. But for Ahmed, the question is, will he ever be able to return to wrestling?
If the bleeding is stopped, he may return in about 3 or 4 months. If we can't get the bleeding to stop, we have to go in and take his kidney out, which means he won't be able to come back at all.
I don't care what the doctors say to me. What the doctors say to me means nothing. Ahmed Johnson's gonna do what he wants to do and what his fans want him to do. I got a commitment to the fans and the people. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes and however long it takes to get the job done.
As for the WWF title shot Ahmed had earned by winning the Battle Royal, Monsoon also decided that the last 4 men in the ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Goldust, Savio Vega, and Psycho Sid, will all take part in a sudden death Battle Royal live this Monday on Raw. The winner gets the automatic WWF title shot on Raw Championship Friday, a special edition of Raw on September 6th. Ahmed Johnson will be home that night, watching someone else get his WWF title shot.
I hold no one at fault for what happened to me but myself. And me and my fans, we will defend our honor and our pride once again, hopefully real soon.
On behalf of all the World Wrestling Federation fans, obviously we all are wishing Ahmed Johnson a speedy recovery, and hopefully once again we will see him soon in the squared circle and back in action where he belongs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to WWF Slam Jam. Now, I know that you have entered the Supersized Stridex SummerSlam sweepstakes. Not yet. You need to do it. There's some killer prizes in there. Well, can you believe it? It's finally finally here. The Sports Entertainment Spectacular of the summer, brought to you by the leader in sports entertainment for over 50 years. That's us, the World Wrestling Federation. SummerSlam, it happens this Sunday, 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, live exclusively on pay-per-view. What about the Boiler Room Brawl between The Undertaker and Mankind? It starts in the Boiler Room. Lord knows where it's going to end up. What about this just added match? You know, Jerry the King Lawler's been running down Jake the Snake Roberts for a number of weeks. But I think the last straw that broke the camel's back happened on Raw when Jerry Lawler poured that whiskey down Aldo Montoya's mouth. But right now, here is the conniving king to talk about his match at SummerSlam against Jake the Snake.
You know, when most people get drunk, they see snakes. But when snakes get drunk, they see Jake Roberts. And you know, Jake, you're going to be seeing me at SummerSlam. I promise you this. Most of those bars you go to, happy hour starts when you leave. But this is going to be the biggest happy hour of all for the King at SummerSlam, because I'm going to finally do to you what I've been wanting to do for a long time. And that's prove to the world that you're nothing but a big hypocrite. Dedicate the match to Aldo Montoya or to your parents, Bartles and James. I don't care who you dedicate it to, because at SummerSlam, it's going to be last call for you, Jake the Snake.
You know, I think the one that might be drunk after this match might be Jerry Lawler, punch drunk. Or he might be intoxicated from a fume, like a DDT.
And some people laugh at me because I say prayer works. My book tells me if I'll get on my knees and submit myself to the Lord, that he will answer my prayers. And you know what? They just caught up with me, Jerry Lawler. My prayer has been answered. Fun times, good times for you, they're over. That's right. SummerSlam. You will have to face me. And I'll tell you something, Mr. Lawler, I will not call you king because there is only king, and he raises from high above. Your time's up. Your time is up. Get ready to meet a real snake.
Sounds like Jake is quite serious about getting hold of Jerry the King Lawler. And what a serious confrontation this will be. Psycho Sid against the powerful British Bulldog. 7 great matches over 30 WWF superstars this Sunday when Supersized Stridex presents SummerSlam.
Still to come this week, Crush makes his WWF Superstars debut with his attorney/manager, Clarence Mason, in his corner.
Plus, they've had some great matches in the past. Wild Man Mark Merrow meets Stone Cold Steve Austin once again.
And next, remember the scene 2 weeks ago? Now Savio Vega and Freddie Joe Floyd team up to meet Justin Hawk Bradshaw and Zebekiah.
You can't overpower him. He outweighs the champion by 200 pounds. You can't intimidate him. This monster never shows fear or remorse. If you're Shawn Michaels, your only hope is to rely on cunning, superb athleticism, and the unyielding courage of a champion. But what if that's still not enough? SummerSlam, this Sunday.
The unyielding courage indeed of the World Wrestling Federation champion Shawn Michaels that will be put to the test this Sunday as never, ever before.
Well, I'll tell you, quite frankly, I don't like Shawn Michaels' chances at SummerSlam. I think Vader has gotten himself on a roll. That 200-pound weight differential and that nasty attitude of Vader just may be too much for anyone, including Shawn Michaels, to overcome.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Savio Vega on his way to the square circle along with Freddie Joe Floyd. Look out, here they come from behind. Going to work right away on Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and Zebekiah on the outside taking a hike off the rope, and look at this, double team effort. Freddie Joe Floyd and Savio Vega taking care of Justin Hawk Bradshaw. They are all over him. Finally now it's one-on-one.
They better attack Bradshaw from behind, because I don't think either one, Freddie Joe Floyd or Savio, are man enough to take on Bradshaw straight up.
Oh, wait a minute, look at this, a cover, 1, 2, kick out by a big, rangy, ornery Texan, Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Of course, everybody remembers the debut of Freddie Joe Floyd, just tagged in now. Freddie Joe Floyd upsetting Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Double drop kick.
Well, we all know that was a fluke, McMahon.
Yeah, it was a fluke, all right.
What about 2 weeks ago? Wasn't a fluke when Freddie Joe didn't even break a sweat beating Zebekiah twice in
wait a minute.
about a minute.
Zebekiah's a manager. He's not a wrestler.
Off the rope, and yes, down across Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Look at this. Succession now of elbows, and oh, they knock him down. What a maneuver by Freddie Joe Floyd. Look at Zebekiah running. Look at that. If you would, he better be running. Let's go back now, take another look at this double feature.
Well, take a look. He gives him a couple of backhand shots and that foot right to the side of the head. Not a bad move.
Yeah, I don't care who you are, you're going down if you're nailed with that one. Right now, Savio Vega continues the attack on one Justin Hawk Bradshaw. And there you have it. The strategy of Savio Vega and his partner, Freddie Joe Floyd.
Well, Freddie Joe and Savio made several tags already.
Oh, cover again, Whoa!
Unfortunately, Bradshaw has been unable to tag Zebekiah.
And what good would it do? Look at this, Freddie Joe Floyd, a consummate professional.
Even if he is from Oklahoma.
Easy now. Freddie Joe Floyd puts on the brakes and Bradshaw to the buckle. And Freddie Joe Floyd hammering away on Justin Hawk. Bradshaw for the ride, no out front reversal to the buckle. Nicely done on the part of Bradshaw. Look at this. Oh, from behind the official's back. Zebekiah with a cheap shot.
I think Freddie Joe was going after Zebekiah. He just protected himself.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday on pay-per-view? JR, predict the winner in the 4-team elimination tag team title matchup.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's going to be very interesting. The surviving team will be the WWF Tag Team Champion. It's really a coin toss, but I kind of got a gut feeling that the Godwins are going to walk away from SummerSlam with tag team gold once again.
Oh, come on, Ross. You can't be serious.
Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation, especially in that elimination tag team title matchup. Right now, Freddie Joe Floyd back in the ring thanks to Zebekiah. Freddie Joe Floyd and his partner Savio Vega looking pretty good as a tag team combination. And the body slam there. Off the rope, the big rangy Texan. Oh, did you see that?
That's 300 pounds right in the gut of Freddie Joe Floyd. And we haven't seen Zebekiah legally in this match yet.
Yeah, but we've seen him illegally on the outside. Wait a minute, there he comes down. Zebekiah going to work on Freddie Joe Floyd. Let's take a look at the double feature action.
Take a look at this. 300 pounds plus coming down on the rib cage of Freddie Joe Floyd. Talk about ruptured kidneys. That's how it happens.
Let's stay away from the ruptured kidney situation. Zebekiah baiting Savio Vega now. Zebekiah, the pro, who perhaps has seen his better days in the squared circle in the past. Nonetheless, Zebekiah gamely in there. Look at this, and trying to extract a bit of revenge against Freddie Joe Floyd, who defeated him in single competition several times. Look at this. Come on, Rev. Don't fall with Savio Vega nailing Zebekiah. Savio being ushered back by the official. The match continues. Stay with us. We're back with more World Wrestling Federation action. Justin Hawk Bradshaw is taking care of business.
Boy, Bradshaw is something else in this tag team matchup. He's 6'7", over 300 pounds.
1, 2, and Savio Vega helping out his partner, Freddie Joe Floyd, a bit.
You know, Savio Vega's got his hands full at SummerSlam as well. Savio and Owen Hart go one-on-one in what should be an outstanding matchup.
No doubt about that. Owen Hart last week on Raw, taking the World Wrestling Federation champion, Shawn Michaels, just about to the limit. And, of course, Vader really polished things off. We're happy to state, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that Michaels...
Look out!
Oh, look at this! Double team action. The official turning around now is Freddie Joe Floyd goes down to the canvas. Again, Michaels, as we left you last week on Raw, in great jeopardy. Well, giving credence to the resiliency of the World Wrestling Federation champion. He is back on his feet and very much looking forward to this Sunday night defending the WWF title against that mastodon. What cheap shots last week on Raw by Vader.
But you almost knew that Jim Cornette was going to set that trap, and he did. And Shawn Michaels survived it, but will Shawn be able to survive one-on-one? Big difference, one-on-one with Vader at SummerSlam.
Shawn Michaels starting to resemble a crash dummy.
1, 2, and a kick out by Freddie Joe Floyd. In some respects, I would agree with that. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, Shawn Michaels, sort of like Ahmed Johnson, has been accused on more than one occasion of having more guts than brains.
Well, we know that Shawn Michaels' super kick, that sweet chin music, will work on Vader, but he's got to be able to execute it first.
Oh, elbow to the bottom of the jaw. Zebekiah in trouble now. Freddie Joe Floyd needs to reach up and make that tag to Savio Vega. Vega going bananas on the outside of the ring, out on the apron. Vega wants to tag in. Vega, yes, here he comes down. Savio Vega hammering away on Zebekiah. And look out! Savio Vega is cleaning house. Zebekiah set up for the ride. Coming off the rope. Yeah! Beautiful spin kick up on the jaw. A cover. A count. 2 in. Look out. Bradshaw coming in. Oh, 4 men in there going at it. Freddie Joe Floyd helping out Savio Vega. Justin Hawk Bradshaw, the illegal man in there. And look at it. Wait a minute. That branding iron. the boots to Freddie Joe Floyd nonetheless. It's a victory. Look out, Simon, look out! Oh my goodness! And Freddie Joe Floyd hammering away, trying to get even. Oh, no. 2 on 1 now.
Now you're going to get it, Freddie Joe.
And Johnson on Bradshaw. Look at that kick to the chin. Bradshaw, a poor sport of your voice. Go ahead!
Oh, sure.
With that branding iron, and he was ready to brand Bradshaw, who needs it.
Well, that was an intense tag team matchup. Great victory for Freddie Joe and Savio Vega. They won the match, but they lost the war, it looks like.
Well, you could say the same thing back at the international incident with Shawn Michaels. Let's take you now to footage.
Sweet chin music! Isn't it so? And he's warming up to sing!
I certainly think that Vader poses the biggest threat to myself in the World Wrestling Federation Championship.
Grabbed his foot and yanked it out from under it.
I freely admit I felt the Vader bomb.
Vader bomb! Vader bomb!
I've never told anybody I was unbeatable. I've never said I was invincible.
1, 2! What about that, McMahon? Shawn Michaels has played back that incident in his mind time and time again. The Heartbreak Kid knows that if it should happen again this Sunday at SummerSlam, Vader will take Shawn's boyhood dream and turn it into a nightmare. The man they call Vader has over a 200-pound edge on Shawn Michaels, making this, no doubt, Shawn's toughest title defense to date.
Are the odds stacked against me? Yes, they are. Do I have a tough fight on my hands? Yes, I do. Going into the match, there are always concerns. And anytime you step in the ring, and for me, there's a great many concerns. There's a fear of getting hurt. There's a fear of, more importantly, losing World Wrestling Federation title. I can't emphasize enough how much being World Wrestling Federation champion means to me and has brought to my life.
But Vader can't wait to take that from Shawn. And this mastodon will use any means possible. Just take a look at what happened after Shawn beat Camp Cornette's Owen Hart last week on Raw.
Oh, no, look at this!
Get it!
Coming from the top and
If not for Jose Lothario, who knows how much damage would have been done. Jose's involvement upset Jim Cornette, who's anxious for Vader to finish the job.
When the Vader bomb falls on you, Shawn Michaels, the most awesome force in the history of the WWF is dropping on you, and he's going to take that gold and leave you broke, busted, and disgusted.
Michaels may not be fully recovered from the Vader bombs, but he'll draw his strength from unquestionably a familiar source.
Slick, I need you now more than ever. And when you come out to the party at the Gund Arena together as one, we will let it be known that Vader time is going to have to be later time. It's going to be happening Click style.
It's not often I go out on a limb, McMahon, but I'm going to go out on the limb and I'm going to predict that Vader is going to be the new World Wrestling Federation champion.
Could happen.
Next on WWF Superstars, Clarence Mason breaks into the managing business, debuting his new man, Crush.
This week, WWF Superstars is brought to you by Burger King, where you can get your burgers worth. All right, Aldo Montoya, ready to lock up with an individual represented by Clarence Mason. There's some question as to whether or not Mr. Mason is in some degree of jeopardy as far as a conflict of interest is concerned. He represents Camp Cornette legally, but at the same time represents professionally as a manager. The individual made his debut against Savio Vega, a successful debut last week on Raw. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes a 300-plus pound monster by the name of Crush. And I think Clarence Mason is very pleased with himself, JR.
Well, Clarence Mason reminds me of Johnny Cochran after the O.J. verdict was read.
Oh, my goodness.
And I also hear that Mason is recruiting other WWF superstars to join his organization. And as a matter of fact, my sources tell me, Mr. Perfect, that Mr. Mason has even had some dialogue with you, sir.
Well, I've talked to Mason, but it's none of your business, to tell you the truth, Ross.
And that look on that young man's face pretty much tells the story. Yes, everyone in awe of the size and indeed the nature, if you would, of this changed human being, Crush.
Aldo Montoya, protege of Jake the Snake Roberts. We mentioned earlier, Jake the Snake one-on-one with the big mouth Jerry the King Lawler at SummerSlam this Sunday. And I wonder if Aldo's newfound DDT will be effective if he's able to apply it to this 6'8" monster.
Well, I hope Aldo's sobered up this week. He's not out there.
All right, come on now. That's awful. What happened recently with Jerry the King Lawler pouring that raw liquor down the throat of Aldo Montoya. Aldo, a consummate professional and a young man who stays away from drugs as well as alcohol. Right now, he's trying to stay away from Crush. Crush with a hard right hand. This is an awesome monster in Crush.
For Aldo Montoya to survive this, somehow Aldo's got to get Crush off Crush's feet, and that is one tall task, no pun intended.
What about Bret the Hitman Hart? That recent interview last week on Raw, you conducted, Mr. Perfect. Is Bret going to return to action or not? What do you think?
Well, that was done on the Wrestle Vessel, McMahon. I'll tell you what, we're in a relaxed atmosphere, and I believe that Bret the Hitman Hart is going to be retired. That's the impression I'm getting.
And unfortunately, a lot of individuals will concur with that. Many of them very close to Bret Hart. Look at that look on that man's face.
In reference to Bret Hart, what else could he attain? He's won everything multiple times here in the World Wrestling Federation. What else is there for Bret to do here in the WWF?
Well, you heard what he last stated, that he was, if he does return, he's going to bring a shovel with him. I don't know that he really. Enamored with the state of affairs in the WWF, and look at this drop kick.
You don't want to make Crush mad.
Look at this, coming off the rope, Aldo Montoya. Yes, down he goes. Aldo Montoya, who's had his share of victories late of late here in the WWF off the rope. And oh my goodness.
Look at the power of Crush.
Wow, that's impressive.
Tremendous backbreaker by Crush. Aldo got crushed down with a drop kick, but Aldo couldn't capitalize.
And look at that one hand. One-handed throws Aldo Montoya over the top rope like a sack of garbage. And look out, coming out right after him now. You talk about a nasty temperament. What a clothesline!
Aldo turned inside out for that powerful clothesline. I'll tell you something, that man Crush is going to be a force to be reckoned with here in the World Wrestling Federation sooner than later.
I would concur with that, Aldo Montoya. Look at the man, look at this, the power of this awesome Crush just dumping Aldo right back in. He's being manhandled as Aldo, and Crush certainly enjoying his work at the moment.
And Clarence Mason is strutting around at ringside like a little veiny rooster. He's so proud of himself.
To the buckle. Oh, wow. Crush from Kona, Hawaii. A changed man. Everybody knows he was arrested on drug and weapons violations. And Crush apparently is, blamed anyone but himself for his troubles. Look out.
But he wasn't convicted, McMahon.
I understand that. And Aldo Montoya, a shoulder breaker, and Aldo down on the canvas. Crush, look at this. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. He feels for Aldo Montoya, does Clarence Mason, huh? He is an attorney, after all. He does have those humanistic tendencies. Wait a minute, look at that! Here we go! The full Nelson applied on Aldo Montoya. Crush, bending way down, his strength applied across the trapezius area, down on the neck.
It's over.
It certainly is. Aldo Montoya, look at this. Look at this, look. Can you believe this? Somebody better slow Clarence Mason down. Mason, very, very happy with himself and even happier with his protege, Crush, whom he brought back to the World Wrestling Federation, much against President Gorilla Monsoon's better judgments. Nonetheless, it's a victory for Crush and his new manager, or record, Clarence Mason.
Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, two old enemies get it on. Stone Cold Steve Austin meets the Wild Man Mark Merrow.
And next, Mankind makes his final preparations for The Undertaker.
They're different, yet hauntingly similar. Unearthly, bizarre. The light in the realm of darkness. Darkness in the province of light. Bound by a past that still exhales its wretched breath on the present. They can't coexist. They can never rest in peace. They can only fight and fight till death do them part. God have mercy.
A battle of epic proportions occurring this Sunday night exclusively on pay-per-view as only the World Wrestling Federation can bring you.
It's the first time ever a match has been contested in a boiler room, officially anyway. I can guarantee you one thing. I really believe when Mankind and The Undertaker fight, and that's what it's going to be this Sunday on pay-per-view, it's going to shock the world.
This man, deranged, to say the least, has been the nemesis of The Undertaker. As we just heard, The Undertaker, the light in the realm of darkness, and that man, Mankind, the darkness in the province of light. Both men bound by a past that still exhales its wretched breath on the present. All right, here we go. Billy Two Eagles against Mankind. What do you know about Billy Two Eagles there, JR?
Well, I think this Native American may be outmanned here. He may feel like Custer did at the Little Bighorn.
Oh, look at this. And Mankind wasting no time and slugging it out with Billy Two Eagles.
Can you imagine when Mankind and Undertaker slam their bodies on the concrete floor, throw each other against a brick wall?
What about all those things in the boiler room? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? There's some nasty machinery down in that boiler room, I'm told.
You're right about that. As I said earlier, I really in my heart believe that The Undertaker and Mankind will never be the same after SummerSlam.
Yes, but you get the impression that Mankind wouldn't even care if he's not the same.
Well, you got a guy that's got a half a right ear missing. He's got scarred arms. He pulls his own hair out. And what about the mandible claw? No one superstar
Look at that.
in the WWF has yet to be able to create or to come up with a counter to the mandible claw, especially The Undertaker.
Yes, The Undertaker has felt the pressure and the pain and the paralyzing effect of that mandible claw in the past. There's no reason to think he won't feel it again this Sunday night.
Well, I had the misfortune of interviewing Mankind for the WWF magazine. It'll be on sale this Tuesday everywhere. And Mankind talks about self-mutilation and how he broke his fingers as a kid. And this is one of the most bizarre interviews that I have ever had the opportunity to be a part of. It is really weird. And, of course, Sunny's on the cover. She's getting slopped, by the way, and that's on newsstands everywhere. This Tuesday.
Look at this. The mandible claw applied on Billy Two Eagles. The paralyzing effect, the painful effect of that hold, taking its effect on Billy Two Eagles. And you wonder, will that be The Undertaker down in the boiler room this Sunday night? You talk about deranged. We've never seen anything like this ever in the World Wrestling Federation.
What that man will do to his own anatomy this Sunday at SummerSlam.
What he will do to The Undertaker's anatomy.
It's beyond description.
Who's he calling for?
Mommy.
Hot fun in the summer. Whoa, welcome back to WWF Slam Jam. I'll tell you what, this Sunday, you're going to have to turn down the thermostat as far as it'll go. Turn up all the fans in the house because the hottest sports entertainment spectacular of the summer of 1996 will be going down when Supersized Stridex presents WWF SummerSlam this Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, live exclusively on pay-per-view. 7 killer matches, over 30 World Wrestling Federation superstars getting it on. Like the Wild Man Mark Murrow with Sable, taking on the bizarre Goldust with Marlena. Also Psycho Sid 6'9", 313 against the equally powerful British Bulldog. And what about this? The first ever boiler room brawl between the deranged individual we just saw, Mankind, and the phenom of the World Wrestling Federation, The Undertaker. The match starts in the boiler room. No rules whatsoever. Who knows where it'll end up? And what about the first ever 4-team elimination tag team match featuring the Godwins, the New Rockers, the Body Donnas, and the current tag team champions, the Smoking Guns? Now you can tag anybody, and the team that outlasts the other 3 will walk out tag team champions. And there's such parity between these teams. They all hold victories over each other. The most recent, the Body Donnas defeating the Smoking Guns in a non-title matchup last month. Right now, here are the Smoking Guns with their sensuous manager, Sonny.
You know, I think the entire world is conspiring against us. Not only do we have to defend the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship at SummerSlam, but we have to get in that ring and defend the belts against 3 teams all at once. Now, it's the first time in the history of the World Wrestling Federation that there was a 4-team elimination championship match. But that's okay. We're gonna go to SummerSlam, we're gonna slide right in that ring and prove to everyone that we are the premier tag team in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, obviously, the Smoking Guns will have everybody coming at them from all sides. Now, here are the former tag team champions, the Body Donnas, who think they've assessed the situation correctly.
The fact of the matter is, we're not going to sell anybody short in this match. Sure, we got our work cut out for us at Smoking Guns. They may call you champ for short, but not for long, because in SummerSlam, we're going to walk out the World Wrestling Federation champions for our second time.
Yes, it is exciting. WWF SummerSlam, and capped off by the WWF title match, Shawn Michaels defending against a man twice his size, the 450-pound man called Vader. It all happens 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, this Sunday when Supersized Stridex presents WWF SummerSlam.
Next on WWF Superstars, Barry Windham is back, this time as the Stalker. We'll take a look, if you can find him.
And two arch enemies meet again. Wildman Mark Merrill, one-on-one against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And now, Supersized Stridex presents the biggest slam of the week.
Oh no, look at this! Get it!
Coming from the top and and down! Look at that!
Yeah, Vader! Get used to it, McMahon. This is a little preview of what's in store for Shawn Michaels this Sunday.
Will it end with Vader's victory over Michaels at SummerSlam?
The biggest slam of the week was brought to you by Super Strong Supersized Stridex. Bigger is better.
In the World Wrestling Federation, there are a lot of predators, like the Mastodon, Vader, the skilled Goldust, the very cunning Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the crazed maniac Mankind. But when the Stalker enters the World Wrestling Federation, those predators will become my prey.
The Stalker. We all are anxiously awaiting the presence of the Stalker here in the World Wrestling Federation. All right, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, ladies and gentlemen, one-on-one with the Wild Man Mark Merrill. Stone Cold, by the way, made the cover all right, the cover of the current Raw magazine.
And you'll see a pictorial of Sable like you've never seen her before, including a pull-out poster, Mr. Perfect.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Here she comes, and here he comes, the World Wrestling Federation's 1-2 punch. Wild Man Mark Merrill and Sable. All right. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we had these pre-recorded comments from Sonny concerning the Bikini Beach Blast-Off.
But then again, maybe I'll wear a thong for those minimal tan lines. Hey, how about this one? This was everybody's favorite. Wait a minute. Can I wear that on live TV? I can do anything I want. You know what? Maybe I can go au natural and get that all over evil tan.
Sonny making her plans to join Sable along with Marlena, along with the Goldust, along with a whole bunch of folks who are going to be involved in the Bikini Beach Blast-Off during the World Wrestling Federation free-for-all prior to SummerSlam.
Maybe I should volunteer myself to be the lifeguard.
Why would you want to be a lifeguard?
Well, I'm good at kicking sand in people's face. What do you think?
Exactly. Wildman Mark Merrill against Stone Cold Steve Austin. They've had their differences in the past and likely to try and settle them here this week on WWF Superstars.
This is building into one of the more intense rivalries here in the World Wrestling Federation. Both these guys are hungry. They have their sights set on gold, and who's going to deny them?
I don't know that anyone would. Of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the King of the Ring award winner. Wildman Mark Merrill, ladies and gentlemen, against Goldust. Your reaction to that one, JR?
Well, I think it's going to be a great matchup, and we may have some fireworks on the outside between Marlena and Sable. And that interview last week with Goldust was a little far out from me. Who's Mommy?
Oh, look at this.
And of course, I guess Sable is the lioness of the jungle, and we know Goldust has his sights set on that beautiful young lady.
Yes, he does. Goldust apparently has been smitten with Sable in. Look at this.
Wildman very protective of Sable, and rightfully so. Austin's not got any character.
Oh, Austin is so smart. You see how he set that up? He knew Merrill would protect the woman.
And look at this. Stone Cold Steve Austin is just that ice water in his veins. Stone Cold Steve Austin hammering away on the Wild Man, Mark Merrill. And you wonder what sort of tactics Goldust, the Bizarre One, is in fact going to use. And you wonder if Goldust is not, as we speak, JR, watching this matchup.
Well, I'm sure that I saw Goldust.
Back body drop.
Wow, what on the base? I saw Goldust and Marlena earlier.
A drop kick nicely executed as well. Arm drag takedown. Wildman Mark Merrill's all over Stone Cold. Goldust, not the only individual who has his sights on Sable on the outside. Apparently, pointing his finger now. Stone Cold pointing his finger at Sable.
I think Austin's motivation is much different, however, than Goldust. Austin just wants to get the Wild Man off the game plan.
Well, that'll do it for sure. Anyone who comes anywhere near Sable, certainly that is a distraction. Although Sable can obviously be, for Wildman Mark Merrill, a tremendous help. Wait a minute. Coming out right now, Goldust along with Marlena. Wildman Mark Merrill likely to be distracted now, perhaps more than ever. And gentlemen, we have company. Perhaps we can have a chair from someone.
Oh, here, I'd be more than happy to give
Marlena.
my chair for the lady.
Have a seat if you would.
That cigar smoke is something that we can do without, I think.
Nonetheless, we're talking Goldust this Sunday on pay-per-view. You against the man in the ring, Wildman Mark Merrill, who at the moment obviously is a one-on-one with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Would you care to comment?
Yeah, SummerSlam. I will play the zookeeper because right now he's off of his leash and he will be caged again. That's for certain. And then that lioness up there. She will be mine forever.
That remains to be seen. Unquestionably, the presence of Goldust and Marlena could very well be distracting for the Wild Man. Stay with us as this match continues. We're back with more WWF action. Of course, Wildman Mark Merrill having some degree of difficulty, as you might imagine, against Stone Cold Steve Austin. A lot of history there, and you expect history to be made here when Goldust gets into the ring with the Wild Men this Sunday on pay-per-view. Any comment from Marlena?
Well, I expect Goldust to pelt away at the Wild Man, and I also expect Goldust to stroke that fine fur Sable.
I see. I must say, just when we think we have the answers, you seem to change the question psychologically. Is this just another psychological ploy on your behalf, Mr. Goldust?
Seems like you, Mr. Television Announcer, a little choked up, aren't you?
Matter of fact, I am.
You know, the man, the Wild Man, Mark Merrill, at SummerSlam, this is no ploy. I'm going to walk right into his jungle and burn it down with a vengeance.
Off the rope, and wait a minute, sleeper applied, and oh, beautiful maneuver. You've changed men since you lost the title, Goldust. Obviously, notwithstanding the title, you also have set your sights on, I guess, other trophies, as perhaps you would look at them. Namely, the lady outside the ring. Namely, Sable. Look at this.
Oh, my.
Head nicely done. Wildman Mark Merrill.
Oh, look at this. What's he doing out here?
Wait a minute. Man.
To hit me, Mommy. I'm fine.
Mommy?
Mommy?
He's calling Sable Mommy.
Wait a minute. You have something to do with this, Goldust.
Oh, yes, I do. Look at her. I wonder if she knows that we're watching her.
She's crying.
Here's your mommy, son.
She's terrified. Look at this. He's a beast. Wildman Mark Merrill with a devastating maneuver. But Wildman has no idea what's going on. Here he comes. Look out. Wildman. Oh, no. Wildman going after Mankind, keeping him away from Sable, and Sable is terrified. No!
He's got the mandible claw of the Wild Man.
Sable watching the Wild Man. Look at this, Wild Man down on his back. That paralyzing mandible claw applied. No, wait a minute, here he comes. You're responsible for this, Goldust. That's exactly what you meant. Last week, that you're responsible for this.
I'm not responsible for anything, Marlena, am I?
Oh, Goldust, what a fine choice.
Just a moment. Here's a man who can Nation. Here comes The Undertaker. And unfortunately, Sable is running away, terrified of Mankind. And there's one man who's not terrified of him. That's The Undertaker. One-on-one, ladies and gentlemen, a Boiler Room Brawl this Sunday night, exclusively on pay-per-view. This Sunday night, it's SummerSlam.